Hello, everyone. It is a great pleasure to have an opportunity to talk today and to have some time to share experiences together with all of you. So, Thomas already introduced me. I am a director of Nansen Dialogue Centre, Sarajevo. And this is the organization that has been established on September 1st, 2000. So we are already almost 20 years old. And from the very beginning, our focus has been on the establishment and improvement of inter-ethnic relations and cooperation in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So because probably all of you are informed about last conflict that took place here. So our work is really important to build bridges between different ethnic groups, religious groups, and etc. What is important to say it is that within our scope of work, we developed a specific model, actually methodology that is called Nansen Dialogue approach. What is important to say it is that our approach is holistic and multilateral, and which is applied in throughout three principal fields of activity, which is education, schools, local authorities, politicians, and social research. All our activities, our work is based on research. So we didn't do anything ad hoc. We investigated needs of the local communities, and what's also essential in our work that we do all activities, all programs that we have developed and that we are developing we are doing this in partnership with our local partners. And we never impose what should be done. As I said, we do it together with our local partners, with local authorities, with local NGO partners. And civil society as a general. And then we try to meet needs of all communities. And what we are doing, we are organizing basic and 6 months later follow-up dialogue seminars. But what is even more important, it is activities that people, participants from those focus groups that are attending seminars, that they are together with other citizens. They were creating, designing, and implemented activities that helps to actually contribute to build a functional society. And of course, when it comes to the education, to us, it was really important to work with students, with youth, and we decided to work with within institutions, and that's why we have been we are focused on schools, because we are working with students, with teachers, and with parents. When it comes to 2 schools under one roof, that means that students in areas where Bosniak and Kroat population are majority, they attend the same school building but in different shifts. So that means, and of course, they have completely divided school administration, even cleaning lady. And that in this central Bosnian canton, all schools are functioning in accordance with that model. Only 2 high schools in Jajce never functioned in accordance with that model. Those schools are multi-ethnic schools, and that means that they have a multi-ethnic group of students who are attending schools as well as multi-ethnic group of teachers. But 2016, during the summer holidays, Ministry of Education came up with a decision to separate students, to build up new school just for Bosniak students, and Croat students to stay at the old school building. But then students immediately organized themselves by themselves, and they came up at the streets and they organized peaceful protests. And they expressed their willingness to stay together. And what is important to mention, to point out, it is that all those students, they are aged from 15 to 18 years old, 19 years old, but all of them came from those separated schools, divided schools. And then Ministry of Education, they withdrew permanently their decision, and they said, okay, you will continue your schooling 2016-2017 school year together. Then in March 2017, Ministry came up again with the same decision to completely separate students. And then we decided, and this is Sarajevo, we decided, although we were not that much present in Jajce, we decided to organize the conference there, and it was not easy to get financial support, but we decided to organize it by ourselves. But luckily, German embassy approached to us and they wanted to support us. So together with our partners, SHL Foundation, my German is really disaster, but I will try to pronounce this, Schuler Helfen Leben Foundation, with their office here. We organized 3 days long event in Jajce on from 5th until 7th of May. 4th until the 7th of May, sorry. And this event, our colleagues from Schuler Helfen Leben Foundation, they brought 100 students from all over Bosnia and Herzegovina, high school students, and they spent 2 days to design strategy how to go towards, how to approach the Ministry of Education, and to not to convince, but just to tell them that they are against division. Mm-hmm. And the last day there was a conference that we invited all local and international decision makers. And then a few weeks later, Ministry withdrew that decision. I mean, it is the first time in post-Dayton Bosnia and Herzegovina that someone really struggled and won for their, not someone, but that group of the people won in their struggle for their rights. What is also, we did also one short research on that, and those students, they stated that, I mean, this is just paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. They said, like, okay, we are coming from divided schools, but in case that we didn't have an opportunity to be together, we wouldn't find out what we missed. And we will continue our struggle just because of our younger brothers and sisters, and also friends, neighbors, and for our children. I'll give you, I'll share one experience that we had with students from the first grade who came at the seminar after, they were the first grade students at the high school, but they came from those divided schools that are functioning in accordance with the model of 2 schools under 1 roof. And they said after that seminar, they already spent something like 6 months together at the same classroom. But they said, thank you so much that you organized such an event, because the first time since we started to attend the same school, we went out to have a drink together, Nevertheless, what ethnic background is, has each of us. So, as I said, to us, it is the most important, the people, our main goal, main aim is to provide people a space to get to know each other and to understand each other. Without knowing each other, each of us build up prejudices, creating stereotypes. By having an opportunity to be together at a neutral place and to ask questions without any limits. All those students, because all of them were born after the war. It is 25 years since war has been finished. All of them, they say, okay, we are sorry for that, what our parents gone through during the war. And it was a hell. But we don't have anything with that. We want to more interaction with our peers from other ethnic groups. You need a time to establish communication and then dialogue in between people, and then it comes to the trust. But in Bosnia and Herzegovina, there are a lot of small communities, ethnically homogeneous, ethnically heterogeneous, and in these heterogeneous communities, people have at least kind of interaction. They live, they share the space, etc. But in these ethnically homogeneous communities, they don't have a chance to get together with others. And people need someone to be catalyzer, to help them to get together and to provide them space to talk in open, to ask open questions. Because in this small, we have to get back to the tradition. We have to take into consideration tradition of Bosnian and Herzegovinian population. And nobody would come to someone to knock at his or her door and ask the question. There is a need to have someone who will do it as a catalyzer. I remember at the very beginning of our work, there were separated bars for the young people in Srebrenica, for Serbs and for Kroats, in Bosniaks, in Srebrenica and Bratunac. And when we started to come there, they had kind of excuse why they are going to one bar together. And we were a good excuse to say NDC Sarajevo came and we are having meeting once there, once there. You see the point. work is really inspiring. I mean, I actually graduated at a medical university. I'm a medical doctor, and but then I gained my MA in peace building. But what I would like to say, this is something that gives me an energy to continue, because all these people that we are working with, they are willing, they want to make changes.
Mm-hmm.
They are so.
They don't want to be separated anymore.
No. I mean, and what is also really important, the main tool in our work is dialogue. And by bringing people together at the same around the same table to discuss, to have an opportunity to hear other people with completely opposite opinions, and to have an opportunity to tell them their opinion. There is no intention to change opinions, but to understand each other and to respect and accept each other with all differences. This is crucial. I mean, a lot of my friends left the country, and I miss them a lot. And I'm personally, I mean, this is not probably a place to share personal story, but I'm coming from multi-ethnic family, and my husband and myself, both of us, we are coming from multi-ethnic family, and to us it is important to. I don't want to leave this country. That's why I committed my life to make changes. I didn't get back after the war to the medicine. I just said to myself, okay, there are a lot of experts in medicine. Maybe I should do something else to help myself and to help the country to build up functional society together with my people who live here.